The Sea to Sea, or the Yam Al Yam as it's called in Israel, connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Sea of Galilee. It's traditional to start at the Mediterranean Sea and to fill up a small bottle of water, which you then carry all the way to the Sea of Galilee and deposit the water into the Sea of Galilee that you've carried from the Mediterranean Sea. And that was what I did on my journey. What was interesting was that you start with going through banana plantations, and when we got to the end we discovered you also end by going through banana plantations, so that was quite interesting to do. However, I didn't really find the walk particularly challenging. It was quite flat and you followed the tracks more or less the whole way. There was a bit of up and down, but really not a huge lot. So me being a Monroe bagger and hill walker, prefers more mountainous areas. So I found the walk quite boring. What was really nice about it was the scenery. There was a lot of pasture land and cows you saw, and flowers. Apparently in the spring and summer there are even more flowers than we saw, and I was advised that that makes the trail an awful lot more interesting than it seemed to me to be when I was doing the track. What was also interesting was the places we stayed at night. One of the places was a town called Abrim, which was basically a small village, a bit of a distance and uphill from the trail. We stayed in a lodge, but there was no restaurant or food in the lodge. But the owner of the lodge just lent us a car to drive to the nearest town to get a meal, and in actual fact somebody else in the village provides food. If you booked in advance, will provide you with dinner at night and also breakfast and lunch the next day, so you can actually get some, it's like restaurant conditions but in your own lodge. The other place we stayed was a place called Safad, and that was a religious centre. To get to it, which is quite a distance away from the actual trail, you actually had to get a bus, leave the trail and get a bus to it. And we stayed there for 2 nights. One night during Shabbat, which meant one that we saw lots of people, traditional Jewish people, kind of going around with Bibles and in their Jewish clothes, and secondly we really struggled to find somewhere to stay and somewhere to eat. So that was quite interesting to me because I've never really been in a traditional Jewish place much before. We also climbed up Israel's highest mountain as part of the trail. You can't actually climb Israel's highest mountain because it's on a border between 3 different countries who really don't like each other very much and are on and off at war with each other. So it's not safe to do it, nor would I really have wanted to do it and become target practice for somebody. On the 3rd day and the 4th day, there was a little bit of scrambly stuff and interesting walks. It was in a national park and you're not really allowed to go into the national park after a certain point of the day, but we were allowed in because we were only going part of the way there. So that was quite interesting. Another bit, we had to sort of walk through a tunnel and out the other side as part of the trail, which again was quite interesting. Because it wasn't in a desert and because it's much more populated area, we did meet some people en route. Not a huge number, but certainly more than we did on the Dana to Petra walk. And what I believe is that it's a kind of rite of passage for Israelis to say that they've done the Yam Al Yam trail. And so we did meet 1 or 2 people who were walking both that and also were walking the whole of the Israeli trail, which is about a 6-week walk, the Yam Al Yam being a part of it. So as I said, the end of the walk you get by the Sea of Galilee you get by walking through banana plantations, very similar to the ones that you started the walk on, which was quite interesting. And then you get to the Sea of Galilee, uncork your little bottle and pour it into the Sea of Galilee, and then congratulating yourself on having successfully completed the walk. Well, actually not quite completed the walk, because you then have to walk back up past the banana plantations to reach a road before you can get a bus to the nearest town, and then of course find a bar and congratulate yourself with a glass of wine or two. So that was a good walk. Well done.